Okay, I'm showing how to use the record feature on the Intelliquilter. This is a great tool to use if, let's say you've been quilting for a while and you really have some good artistic flair to your quilting, and you're afraid with by implementing a computerized system like the Intelliquilter that you're going to lose some of that, or your customers will notice a big difference in the way that your quilts look. With the record feature, you can record patterns and motifs and feathers and things like that you are already good at. You can go ahead and record them, and it puts an individuality to these patterns, that they're yours. The great thing about them is you can, say you want to record a motif, and you can put it on one customer's quilt and then do the same thing on somebody else's quilt, and they won't know the difference whether or not you've used the computerized machine or computerized system or not. And that's what, even though I sell patterns, and I'm not telling you not to buy patterns, I still like the freehand look. And by recording, even when I digitize patterns, I really strive for that. I don't like a sterile look, a shape that's repeated over and over again. I really want it to look like my hand drew it out. And so with the record feature, it's basically the same thing. You're keeping your movements just like you've always quilted, but you're recording it as you're going along. So it makes for, you can build up a library of your own patterns instead of having to buy a lot of patterns. So to start off with, now that I'm through talking, here's the Intelliquilter main page, and I'm going to go ahead and hit Pattern Designer, because that's what we're doing. I think you can hear the motors engaging, because you are going to need to have the motors engaged when you record. It puts a little bit of weight to the machine. After a while, you just don't really feel it. I've come to really like the weight a little bit. It gives the machine a pretty good control. I don't know. I have an A1 machine, so I'm not sure what the other machines feel like with it on. Sometimes you may have to get used to that. Other people just, it doesn't even bother them. So, but I just wanted to point that out, that the motors will be engaged while you're recording. So, there is a little bit more stiffness. But like I said, you'll get used to it once you start recording quite a few patterns. Well, probably by the second pattern you'll be used to it. So I'm in this menu, I've got two options. I've got record pattern or digitize paper pattern. And I want to record pattern. We might do another video. I might do another video with the digitized paper pattern to show you what that is. But for right now, we're going to be concentrating on the record pattern. And I'm here already. All I need to do is hit start, and however I move the machine, it's going to record. Now, I want to point out something. I do like to have the needle down when I start to record, because if I don't have the needle down, many times, either when I stop or when I start or when I stop, I'll have a little jiggle of the machine just because that's what I do. Many times I'll be tying off, not realizing it's in the record mode, and I'll have these weird lines going through it. So we'd like to start off. I go ahead and tie off, and then I put the needle down before I start. Now when I hit start, there's no hurry. It's recording, but it's, you can take your time with it. Now I'm going to start recording. Hopefully you can see the screen and I'm not in front of the video camera, which I've done a few times. This is like take 10. And, you're just going to have to bear with me with my flower because, like I said, I've been doing computerized quilting machine for 4 years now, not always with this system. But it does get you so that when you have to do something freehand, you kind of have to re-practice. So I'm a little bit out of practice, but I think you can kind of see. We'll have to add some leaves to this just to make sure. Okay, now I've stopped right there. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go next. I haven't hit the stop yet, so I can continue. I can take a break and continue whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. Maybe I'll do a little bit of echoing around it. Not sure how much I want to do. I wish I had a prettier pattern to show you, but this is about the extent of my freehand right now. Okay, now I have stopped the machine and the needle is down, and you know, habit has it when we're quilting without a computerized system, habit has it that we want to tie off, and we do that real quick. But because my needle down, it sort of reminds me, okay, I'm stopped. Now I have to hit that stop button. Now I can go ahead and move my machine, and it won't, you know, it won't do anything. This isn't a great looking flower. Actually, I would probably do this over again, but you know, for demonstration purposes, all I'm trying to show you is how to, you know, that whatever you stitch like, and this is basically just what I stitched it like, is what shows up on the screen and what's going to stitch out again in another area. This actually looks worse than my stitch out. Many times when I do this, for some reason it looks worse when it's on the screen, but you know, I'll show you. Okay, I'm going to stop it now, and we're going to realign.